often find that when you're winding thread onto your bobbin, you get uneven bobbins like this one here, and you really don't want to be sewing with those. Well, the good news is there are 5 reasons why this may be happening, which means there are 5 very easy solutions to get them all sorted out. And I'm going to go through each 5 of them in this video so that you can find out what the problem is and get it fixed forevermore. But first of all, who am I? I am Kim. This is Quilt with Kim. You, my lovely, are very, very welcome. Let's get on and work through these 5 problems and solutions in turn, and stick around to the end because the last one may just surprise you. Come on, I'll see you in the first section. The first reason then is the thread running from the spool through the correct thread path that your machine wants your thread to take when winding thread onto the bobbin? And if you are in any doubt at all, then you need to find the manual for your machine. If you haven't got one, they're very easily available online to download. They're a bit long to download, so you might want to search through the PDF, but get the manual for your machine to find out how to thread your machine for winding on the bobbin. However, most of the machines run pretty much in the same way, and you would tend to come through a catch here at the back and then round a disc before going over to the bobbin on the right hand side. I'll show you all of this in a moment because there's a couple of things that I want to cover along this way. But getting the thread path correct is absolute paramount when you are loading thread onto your bobbin. And also on this machine, then it shows you the way that you need to go. So you may get lucky on your machine, particularly a modern machine, and it will show you the thread path. So first of all, check your manual. That's really important to find out where it wants you to put that thread. So that's your thread path, and that's a very easy solution, checking your manual to find out where the thread needs to go to put the thread onto your bobbin. So that's the first one. What's next then? The second reason why your thread may not be winding evenly onto your bobbin is this little baby just here. It's unassuming, but it's really, really important. What is it? It's like a little tension disc where your thread needs to run underneath, and it's probably one of the 2 most common reasons why your thread is loading unevenly onto your bobbin. So what I want you to do is, when you thread your machine for winding on the bobbin, it'll go through a little catch at the back most of the time. All machines are slightly different, which is why I said check your manual, but all of them will have this little disc somewhere in the process that your thread needs to go round. Now, when you go round it, what I want you to make sure that you do is get underneath the discs themselves. So I'm going to zoom in so that you can see. This is less zooming in, rather more moving the whole camera underneath. So what your thread needs to do is go right underneath. Can you see this bit here lifts up? Your thread needs to go right underneath there. And when you put the thread underneath there, which is slightly difficult with one hand, you need to hold both ends of it. I'm just getting the other end with my right hand. Can you see me waggling it off the bottom of your screen? You need to make sure that it is really underneath there, and if you pull it, which I'm trying to do with my right hand without knocking the camera, you can see this thread waggling as I'm pulling it, you will feel that there's a tension on it, and you need that tension for the thread to wind evenly onto your bobbin. So make sure that you do spend some time using both hands and making sure that it is not just looped around, but it's caught right underneath that tension disc there. So that disc is really holding down your thread, ready for winding onto the bobbin. It's really important, and as I said, it's a really common reason why I see thread is not winding evenly onto the bobbin. So once you've got that in place, let's see what the next reason is. Reason number 3 then is when the thread itself is not tight enough on the bobbin. Now, I want to just add a little tip in here, because when you look at manuals, they'll say that you need to put the thread onto the bobbin by putting the thread through the hole, one of the holes in your bobbin, from the inside to the outside. So do you see these little holes here that you've got? And you need to put the thread through the hole from the inside to the outside. That is correct. I'm not changing that at all. Now, what the instructions will tell you is to then wind your bobbin round 2 or 3 times. And you can absolutely do that, but I find that it can come loose. And this is the problem, because we need the thread wound tightly or held tightly onto the bobbin as it starts to wind. So what I do is actually, I don't do that at all, because as I said, I find it coming loose. And the other thing that they tell you to do is to wind it round and then put the tail of the thread through these little gashes. Let me just move my camera in so that you can see, through these little slots on the bottom of the pinwheel here. And I've just found through experience that is less effective than the method I'll show you in just a second. So that is a reason, is the thread needs to be tight onto the bobbin. So what I do is I'll put the bobbin onto the bobbin pin, and as I push it over, I'll then hold the thread tightly in my hands. And you always want to make sure the thread is coming from the back to the left. And I'll stick a finger underneath there to make sure it doesn't disappear and go down into the innards of the machine, because you really don't want that to happen. But as I hold it tight and hold it taut as it starts to spin, then that keeps enough tension on the thread. So you've got your little tension disc over on the left here, which is just off the screen. And that's holding the tension as it comes up here. And then as you're about to wind round the bobbin, this is being held taut by your fingers. And I'll show you this in motion in a moment, but there's a couple of things I want to cover first. So winding a thread tightly, or getting the thread taut before it winds onto the bobbin, is really important to stop it winding unevenly. So before I wind this on and show this to you, there are another couple of reasons that I want to show you, so stick around, because the last one, as I said, may surprise you. But let's find out what number 4 is. Number 4 then is making sure that our bobbin is actually sitting on its bobbin pin properly and is clicked all the way down. Now, a note on this is that bobbins are not created equal. They are not universal, and generic bobbins are unlikely to fit your machine. Even though they look like they do, they actually don't. I've got a whole video on taking you through how bobbins are different, which I'll just link up in the description down below. But as long as you have got the correct bobbin size for your machine, made by the manufacturer of your machine, so bobbins really are machine specific, then your job is to make sure that that bobbin is clicked firmly down the bobbin pin there, and then the whole pin is clicked over to the right, or however your machine wants you to lock that bobbin into place. Normally it is a slide over to the right. Not always, it depends on the machine. So you need to make sure that your bobbin is clicked down firmly and it's clicked over wherever your machine wants it to go firmly as well. So that brings me very nicely onto the last reason, which may surprise you, as I said. So let's get on and find out what that is, because it is a really easy fix, but it does cause the problem of uneven bobbins. And that is all to do with the speed that you load the bobbin. I know, right? So if you have a slider, you need to push it right over to the right. You need it on maximum speed. Even if you prefer to sew really slowly, and I know beginners are a bit nervous to go fast, for winding bobbins you really need to push it as far up as you can go, and you've got your foot flat to the pedal or flat to the floor on your foot pedal. So we're speeding along like a Grand Prix driver, and that's because it needs the speed from that little tension disc, from holding the thread tightly, to load evenly onto your bobbin. So let me show you. As I said, I am going to hold onto this thread really tightly, and you need to hold it tighter than you might think, because it does like to whip it out as it starts turning around. And then what I do, and no manual will tell you this, but I tell all my students this, as it starts its rotations, just pop a finger under your thread, and that'll stop the thread disappearing down and getting caught on the mechanism underneath here, because that's a pain in the rear to get out. Just ask me how I know that one. Yeah, I've learned that one myself. So stick a finger underneath there, hold onto this really tightly. And then when you have done that and you've put your speed slider, if you've got one, in the maximum position, Even if you haven't, you now want to put your foot on your foot pedal and press your foot to the floor. There are no speed cameras here. You can go as fast as you like. In fact, you need to go maximum speed. So I'm holding this tightly so it gets the speed, and you can see it's starting to spin. So I can take my finger away. I'm just going to stop for a minute, because once it's got a few rotations on there, now I can snip that off. But you want to snip it off, you want to give it, I don't know, like a crew cut 2 or something. You just want a little tiny bit of thread just coming up at the top there. I'll show you in a second. You don't want it long, because as it spins, any tail here will flick underneath. As it spins, it will flick underneath the bobbin and it will get caught in the thread. And that'll cause you a whole new set of problems, which require a whole other video. But when you snip it, you just want a little tiny bit of thread poking up at the top, and that'll be fine. Once it's got going, that thread there won't get caught underneath the bobbin holder there, the bobbin pin holder. I've forgotten all my words all in one go. So I'm just going to put my foot down, and it's on maximum speed. I'm going as fast as my machine will take it, and I'll keep going until the bobbin is loaded, and you can see how it is loading very smoothly, very evenly, which is exactly what you want. And when it has finished loading, it will stop automatically. If you've got a fairly modern machine, they all stop automatically, which I'm hoping this will do any second. There we go. It stopped automatically. Then I can cut that thread, and then that is ready to load into my machine. And just whilst I'm here, you can see just at the top here how small that little tiny bit of thread is. How many smalls and littles can I get in one sentence? that tiny bit of thread is all you need. You do not want the thread long enough that it will flick down and get caught underneath, which it will when it's going at speed. So that is 5 reasons with 5 solutions that will stop you loading a thread unevenly. But if it has loaded and you've got a messy bobbin, then watch this video here, which will tell you what to do about it. I do hope that has helped. If it has, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I will love you, and I will leave you for now, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.